Hi guys, Sabotsas here. I want to provide you with a quick overview of the last PS2 patch and hotfix released on the 30th and 31st of October. I won't cover every detail, but focus instead on things that I feel are important. This video is segmented into three parts: balance changes including AV grenades and PPA adjustments, some minor but noteworthy alterations, and finally a sneak peek at the anniversary bundle. Feel free to have a look at the video description. I linked the full official patch notes as well as the other sources I'm using in there, in case you are interested or need to check something specific. Okay, let's start with the concussion grenades for the heavy assault. On detonation, these grenades reduce movement speed as well as aiming for maximum duration of 6.5 seconds. They used to explode on impact, but now they are triggered by a 3-second fuse. This means you are able to throw them a bit further into a room before breaching it. At the same time, its effectiveness in a one-on-one situation is reduced because of the delay. Running with the clear vision implant and counting on the grenade for a guaranteed win is no longer feasible. All in all, you have to plan ahead a little bit more. In my opinion, this change is neither a buff nor a nerf to this grenade type. The next big change were the tweaks to some aspects of the AV grenades, which in turn also affect AT mines performance versus air targets. I will cover the last topic first, then proceed with the actual grenade performance. So, anti-tank mines versus aircrafts, you say? What is that all about? Good question indeed. Let me show you an example. Here you can see the map, a typical situation of static warfare between Inder excavation and quartz ridge camp. There are only so many air pads where the enemy air force can resupply. If you happen to be behind enemy lines as an engineer with your preferably stealth aircraft and you have some time to spare, place some presence on their pads. This can also be achieved with an infiltrator hacking an infantry terminal in their base, switching to engineer, place some pizza boxes and switch back again. While this is in general a rather cheesy tactic, it may give you the edge when facing overwhelming enemy numbers. An ESF needs 1 tank mine to be taken out. Valkyrie and Liberator need 2 and a Galaxy 6. Keep in mind that the actual explosion radius is not that great, so you should place at least 2 or more tank mines for better performance. Okay, finally finished with this AT mines topic. Time for the really interesting stuff. There were lots of complaints about how strong AV grenades were. This was kind of confirmed by the rather competitive server smash, where these explosives were ranked consistently at 3rd place in terms of kills, right after the faction-specific light machine guns. Let's have a closer look why these were so deadly. As you can see, their damage is peaking at 750 compared to the 1275 for the frag grenades, and is not that overwhelming. Flak armor, at least for infantry, is also properly working and granting resistances against these. But now check the radii. The inner and outer blast radius is much bigger, which translates into a higher chance of actual hitting something, and on top of that, the damage is probably higher as well because of how the explosion drop-off inside the blast radius works. Both max and min radii were adjusted from 2.5 to 1 and 10 to 5 meters respectively. Don't kid yourself, this is a massive nerf in form of anti-infantry performance. So if you want to go for anti-infantry performance, grab frags or the engineer's sticky grenades. At the same time, AV grenades now stick to vehicles and maxes. This means AV grenades now have a niche instead of being just a dominant form of grenade. I did some testing, both on the PTS as well as on the live server. The sticky characteristic seems to not working properly on the test server right now. A SOE employee, Camo Face, helped me figure out if they are supposed to stick to engineer turrets. As he stated, these turrets are considered infantry weapons. In conclusion, the sticky mechanic should not work on them. Take this with a grain of salt. It is likely that additional changes and/or bug fixes will be made in the future. The damage against ground vehicles is not overwhelming, but against small vehicles like Flashes, Harassers and ESFs, it can net you an easy kill. It should be significantly easier to place the grenade properly for full damage once a sticky mechanic is in place. Some quick numbers for how many AV grenades are needed to destroy aircrafts. ESF 1 to burning, 2 to destroy. Valkyrie and Liberator 4 to destroy and Galaxy 10. My take on this topic is, when running Grenade Bandolier, balance AV grenades against other choices like Concussion or Frags. Other suit slots like Flag or Nanoweave are now more competitive. Maybe give them a try too. And now we come to the topic you all were probably most excited about, the PPA adjustments. In short, the effective range was nerfed significantly, while it keeps its devastating close range potential. We will have a quick look at the numbers. The fire rate was doubled and the reload speed nearly halved. This comes at the cost of a nearly halved magazine size, reduced ammo capacity, but most importantly, significantly higher inaccuracy and reduced damage, especially at range. These changes affect all three PPAs mounted on the Mag Rider, Harasser and Scythe. Though the latter has with 75 meters till minimum damage still the edge compared to the meager 40 meters on both other vehicles. Check my footage. 40 meters is very close range for a vehicle. And at this distance you're already doing minimum damage. Also, the cone of fire bloom forces you to shoot in bursts of 3 to 4 shots even at close to medium range. I know that this topic is controversial, but in my opinion the changes are a bit harsh. Right now I would definitely not use the PPA on the Mag Rider, maybe on the Harasser, but probably switch to the Cobalt for AI or the Fury for AI and AV purposes. On the Scythe it may still be viable, but even there the Saron laser cannon together with the photon pods seem to be a more attractive solution against infantry. In my last patch video I suspected that it is very likely that the Striker will be tweaked again, and current patch notes confirmed it. After a little bit of testing, I think the Striker is in a much better state now. Its recoil is more manageable, which together with the magazine size increase from 5 to 6 rounds lead to a more competitive rocket launcher. Like the Striker, the Spiker now also feels better. As you can see in the footage, the damage output is quite nice, especially in burst mode. However, the charge mode still seems to underperform. You can switch between the both modes by using the switch fire group key. Standard config for that is the B key. Continents can again be locked by owning at least 94% of the territory, independent of alerts. This should give an incentive to fight harder and coordinate more with your faction, even if no alert is present at the specific time. Facility shields got an overhaul. To summarize this quickly, opaque shields are blocking everything. Transparent shields as vehicle blocker still allow for infantry as well as small arms fire to get through. This includes Skyguard fire. It's important to note that shields can be opaque on one side and transparent on the other side. Visibility is reduced from inside out and is totally isolated from outside. Keep in mind that spotting from in and outside still works, meaning that the Doritos over the attackers and defenders' heads still show up. A quick information about Halloween. According to the PS2 wiki, this event will come to an end at the end of the month. If you want to finish a specific achievement or buy a certain item, now is the time. I'm not sure if you can save your seeds, the Halloween currency, for next year. maybe it is smarter to spend them now. Finally, we are finished with the actual patch content, leaving us some time to talk about the upcoming anniversary bundle. First off, I will cover its probable content, then compare it to last year's anniversary bundle, and finally give my recommendation about how to get the most of your money's worth for a given budget. Starting with the content, keep in mind that it may still be subject to change. Okay, the cosmetics first. Holographic composite armor for every infantry class including mags. Holographic knives, the camo, and on top of that, a horn for your main battle tank and ESF. Now we come to weapon and boosts. There's a shotgun and a light machine gun included in this package, namely the Baron and NS-15M, both with special camo on it. And as a boost, there's a 6 months heroic XP boost. This bundle will most likely be only available for 4 days, starting on the 20th of November, and it will cost 3,999 station cash for non-members and probably 3,599 for members. Compared to last year's anniversary bundle, it contains way fewer weapons, but many more cosmetics. This is especially nice for veterans who have a lot of the weapons already unlocked. For newer players, the heroic boost will be a godsend, giving them more XP and faster third gain. An important difference to last year's bundle is that all current characters on your account will now receive the 6-month boost stated by Higby. This means checking out the other faction is much easier. So, if you're planning on spending some money on the game and supporting its development, is the bundle worth it? To answer this, you have to compare to the other options considering the price tag, namely buying a 3-month membership and gaining 1,500 station cash in the process, or spending station cash directly for cosmetics and weapons, which will net you 5 weapons or a fully infantry armor gear, 1 camo and 1 weapon. While the membership option enables you to take advantage of the 1 station cash Christmas sales, the second option seems strictly inferior to spending the same amount of money for the bundle. Okay, let me break it down to 4 specific cases. If you want to spend a maximum of $2, my recommendation is get the Fresh Meat Starter Pack, which is only available via the SOE website. Check the link below. This includes a camo, a 1-day XP boost, and an SMG, thus opening up a new playstyle for the Infiltrator class. If you want to spend a maximum of $15, get a membership around Christmas and take advantage of the 1SC sales. You can use the 500 station cash that are included with a 1-month membership. If you want to spend $45, get 5,000 station cash and buy the bundle. For that price, it offers great value. If you decide to spend more than $45, or you are already a member and have accumulated some station cash, get at least a 3-month membership. After that, buy some station cash for the bundle to take full advantage of the member rebate system and use the monthly member station cash for acquiring the 1SC Christmas sales. Keep in mind that this game is free to play and you don't need to spend any money on it to be competitive. My recommendation is only for players who are already willing to support SOE and want some advice on how to spend their money wisely. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the patch coverage. Leave your questions and constructive feedback below. I would highly appreciate a like, and if you feel like my content helped or entertained you, share it with your friends. Also consider a subscription, that way you won't miss any of my upcoming videos. Anyway, feel free to discover more Planetside 2 content on my channel. Sabotsas out.